also you said something that made me think about something. You said you don't like to call yourself a healer because, you just kind of like to push people. So it's like we're in both of our line of works, I guess, it's like we plant the seed, right? Like we can't do the work for you. We're not here to make you do anything or do anything. But if it resonates with you and you're open to it, maybe not today or tomorrow, maybe a year from now, a month from now, like whatever I said or whatever, we talked about will plant a seed for you to grow for yourself. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what it
so what made you start the local pop-up events and how has that been turning out so far?
So I started doing pop-ups at different places, like First Friday at the farmers markets. I've even went to California and did some pop-ups over there. And I really like doing them, but then I started getting like tired of them because like it wasn't the energy that I was really looking for. I just didn't resonate anymore. So it just became more of selling things instead of sharing my things.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, why don't we just do this like at my house? But I live in an apartment, and I'm like, I wonder if I can fit people in here. I'm like 2, 3 vendors. I'm like, no, I'm like, we can't do this here. So I asked my boyfriend, I'm like, do you think your mom would allow us to use her yard? And yeah, so she was like, yeah, let's do it. And she says the mom is too. So she was like all in for it. And it's been great. I think I'm going on 2 months, like in the beginning of May, that we started doing this.
Yeah, we started the beginning of March, I
Yeah,
believe, the first one.
so it's happened so fast, and it's been amazing. Like all the clients that come through, they're like, oh my gosh, as soon as I step in, the energy is amazing. I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted. Like
Yeah.
like I wanted all of us to be able to resonate and to just be there for each other. Like sometimes it's not too many people that walk by, but we all end up buying from each other, which is so nice. It's like we're building a community too, and getting everyone together, and reminding everyone that like, hey, like everything's okay. Like just like what's this COVID thing? Like you like it doesn't matter. Like we're here, we're a family. All we love what we're doing. We love to share what we're doing, and just do that. It's okay. It's okay to live, and not be worried about COVID and all this BS.
Definitely. I mean, it's like you said. So I came to you at one of the farmers markets out here last year, and it was there was crystal jewelry there, but there was like a lot of just fruit and like maybe some hummus, and I don't even really remember what else was there, but nothing grabbed my eye, right? And then you offered this space up, and it was like everything that I loved. There was crystal jewelry, there's tarot, there's people doing like palm readings, and there's those amazing tamales. There's people, there's like sweets. There's a lot of good stuff, but it made I don't think we're like categorizing it in any type of way, but it draws in a lot of the spiritual people who are open to spirituality, people who are looking for a safer spiritual space because let's be honest, everyone's not into it or open to it.
Exactly.
So it's nice that you were able to create that locally and help people boost their businesses because I would have never even thought about like going to a farmer's market just because I just have my wolf packs. I wasn't really thinking about it. And then when you offered it up, I was like, okay, well this is a baby step for me to try it. I need baby steps in my life. But it turned out to be so amazing because I'm building this community with you. I'm getting to know you on more of a personal level. I'm getting like face-to-face feedback about my products, what they
Yes,
smell like, people like it, and just everything. Every week it's grown with more vendors and more people visiting. So I was
definitely. I think this one that we're gonna have next, this is the most vendors we're gonna have. I'm like pretty excited about
yeah,
it.
I am too. And it's like small business is booming. It's given us all a chance to succeed and take a chance on something that we've dreamt about and put a lot of energy and time and
Yes.
years maybe into, you know. So I think that's great. And even you pushed like I think Luna to do one and we're just like it's like we're taking over Vegas. I feel like
No, it's so
so
awesome. Like I love, because too, with the the farmers markets and everything, sometimes like the spaces are so expensive, like $50-$60, and it's just like why do we have to pay so much just to just to show our products. So it's nice to be able to be comfortable and not pay an arm and a leg just to be able to make some money again.
Yeah.
And just hang out.
And it's not a competitive space. Like it's really just like a chill little kickback where you can get cool stuff and support cool people. So, okay, so I know that you're super big into animals. Obviously, your name is Panda. I know that you have a dog that you love. I have a dog. So, how have animals helped you on your journey?
They definitely help me with patience, so and love, unconditional love, because they just love you no matter what. Like no matter
Yeah,
if you're having a bad day or a good day, they're always there. They're just always there to comfort you. And I'm just like, oh, you know what? Like we just need to love each other. But like no matter who it is, someone's having a bad day. Like you know, what if they're not just being mean? What if like something happened? Like just give them love, show them love. Like it doesn't matter. Be like be kind all the time to everyone.
yeah,
So that's definitely what they taught me, just to just be happy and just be of love and show love no matter what.
yeah,
And patience, because like they definitely test me sometimes, especially having two cats.
yeah.
Yeah, so definitely it helps me with patience and just like, okay, I can't control you guys, so I just need to relax.
Definitely. And it takes patience to like train them. I think a lot of people think that, I'm going to get a pet, I'm going to get a cat, a dog, whatever animal they choose, and it's supposed to be all fun and games, but really it's like having a child. It's a long-term commitment. I mean, these animals live 10 plus years, some of them 15 plus years. Cats can live like 20 something years. So like they definitely teach you patience. Um, but like they're always happy. I know my animals have helped me a lot during like, my ugly, sad moments. When I'm sad or not feeling well, even if I'm not like crying, if I'm just sitting there and my energy's a little bit off, sometimes Foxy will come over and be extra cuddly. Or if I'm really sad, she used to come over. Well, she still does, but I'm not like sad like that anymore. She'd come over and like lick my hand and she'd kind of give me a hug, put her paw on my shoulder. So like I didn't ask her to do that. I didn't teach her to do that, but she knew I needed it, and I think
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I
So,
know there's like I'm like, how what do we do to serve them?
mhm.
There's
Yeah,
so
and we can learn a lot from them because they don't hold on to things. Like people tend to hold on to grudges and just feelings, emotions, and just sitting in like ugly feelings sometimes. And
yeah,
animals don't do that unless you're like abusive to them and they're, taught,
yeah,
conditioned to not trust you.
exactly.
But yeah, I think they're good for emotional support. I don't know what I would be doing without my animals. Be going crazy by myself. I think.
I know, I'm like always talking to them. I'm like, Bubs, what am I gonna do today? I'm like, Bubs, like this person was kind of being mean, and
I know. I talk to them like humans, but they are like really well trained, and I think that for the most part, maybe that's part of it. You talk to them like humans; they can understand more commands, and
yeah,
it feels more personal. Build a bond with them.
yeah, exactly.
So, how do you overcome anxiety and conquer your fears?
Um, Sometimes I just do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. Before I used to just overthink it, and then I wouldn't do anything. I would just stay home. I'm not gonna do it. But now
Yeah,
I'm just you just gotta do it. You just gotta dive in, because it's the unknown. How are you supposed to know what's gonna happen? You have no idea, no
no,
idea. So you just gotta do it.
definitely. I am the queen of overthinking. I would say, and like you say, you overthink so much that you just are like frozen and you don't do it. You're like, nope, everything is gonna suck. I'm just not. I don't know anything. I'm not gonna do it. um, but you kind of just have to do it and not let those feelings like control you, I guess, or those thoughts control you. And I've learned to ask myself what's the worst can happen, because obviously we've already been through all the worst stuff, right? We just didn't say, oh, this worst thing's going to happen. I'm not going to get through it. It just happens.
Yeah.
And they end up being our worst days. But like, what's the worst that's going to happen by taking this risk? Are you going to fall off the cliff? If that's the case, don't do it. But if you are just scared of failing, like, that's not a good reason. You can bounce back from that. You'll
Exactly.
learn from
Definitely.
it. So. Did your childhood self think that this is where you would be today?
No. I had no, like, I don't know, being like, I remember in I think high school, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in forensics, or I'm gonna be a cop, and that, yeah, no, I'm not. Now I'm just like, yeah, like the old me wouldn't have thought I would be here. Like, I had no idea what ayahuasca was. I didn't know crystals had energy in it. I didn't know about energy. I didn't believe in anything. Like, I was raised Catholic, but I deep down inside I didn't believe in it. you
Yeah.
know Something that I went to church because my mom went, because I had to go. So it's just something I never believed in. I didn't believe that there was like a higher power. I was just like, what do you mean, like, it's just us, we're here,
Yeah.
that's it, we're here, we're gonna die, that's it. I had like no idea that I was going to be in this path of life at all, and which I'm super grateful to be here right now, because I don't know where I would be, you know.
Yeah.
So nice. It's definitely, I feel like my me as a child, I think she's happy now. I think she looks at me like, oh, dang, that's awesome, you know.
Yeah. That's great. I recently was thinking to myself that my childhood self would be really proud of myself,
Yeah.
or, proud of where I'm at, because when I was a kid, my hopes and dreams were to be a vet, which I still love animals, but obviously that wasn't the route for me. And now I'm here, like, doing everything opposite of what I'm doing everything that I was fearful of. I'm doing everything I was fearful of, and I'm taking chances and doing everything that I never really thought I was going to do. Um, so I never thought that I'd be here either. But I wanted to ask you because you mentioned that you didn't know what, I think you said, ayahuasca was in high school. So did you become spiritual, like, at the moment that we discussed earlier in this conversation, or did you start finding spirituality a little bit before that?
um yeah, I pretty much found spirituality like right before I started working on like my jewelry.
Yeah.
It took me like about like 6 months, where I was like, oh my god, like, there's so much more to life.
Yeah.
So I think that was about 3 or 4 years ago, and it just all hit me at once. Everything just hit me at once, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, it like, once, like, it's indescribable. Once you're awake, it's just like no going back to the original way of thinking. There's
Yeah.
always so much to learn. There's always so much to see outside of the matrix. you know
Yeah. How would you say that it's helped your, like, your emotional balance and just mental state, like your overall well-being? How would you say spirituality has helped you with that?
it's helped me a lot, because I've always had depression throughout middle school and high school, um, and I just felt like I wasn't allowed to talk about it, because seeing my mom, she would never talk about her feelings. She would just go in her room and just sleep, or like handle, just not talk about it. And now I'm just like, no, I want to talk about it. I'm mad. I'm sad. I don't like, or I'm just happy for no reason. Like, let's talk about things. So it definitely helped me open up that throat chakra.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
so yeah, so it's helped me a lot to just realize, like, how much I was suppressing my emotions throughout my childhood. Like, I wouldn't scream, and I feel like you need to scream sometimes. Just, like, if you need to grab a pillow and scream, then scream. If you want to go roll your windows up, and scream in the car, then do it. Like, scream. Like, it feels so much better. Like, if someone would have told me that earlier, like, I feel like it would help me a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we have emotions for a reason. And I think that just throughout life, life kind of hardens you. You get into this cycle of, living to work and, make money and all that. But and we push down our emotions on top of that. Like there's not enough time, and then it makes you like a sensitive, or like there's all these negative judgments, especially probably from a male's perspective, um, about emotions. But we have them for a reason. Like they're here to teach us things, and if we're triggered by something, it's we're supposed to kind of figure out why, so that we're not going to keep getting triggered. We don't want to keep getting angry by the same thing over and over, or sad or whatnot. So you can't suppress them. If you suppress them, you're never going to learn from them.
Exactly. You're never gonna heal that part of you that's being triggered, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like when, you know, growing up, my mom would just be like the silent treatment, silent treatment, silent treatment, and I just like thought it was normal, so I would bring that into my relationships, and I would just completely ignore someone, and I'm just like, no, that's a like form of abuse. Like, talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not okay. You remember how like it feels to be ignored when you're over there trying to talk to your mom or whoever it is, and you don't like
Yeah.
it, so you're doing it too. Like, oh, I see, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like things like that, you know. It's like, all right, this is what I need to work on. I need to break the cycle, and, you know, work on my traumas. It's basically trauma from, you know, things that I picked up as a child, you know. So it's
Yeah.
nice to be able to become aware of these things and be able to fix them and heal that part of myself, or still healing this part of myself, you know.
Yeah. And that's key too. I have an episode in my second season about like childhood relationships. Hold on one second. About childhood relationships and how, you're taught by your family. Your family for the most part does the best that they can do. They're not like intentionally teaching you wrong or not giving you what you need. We learn more things each generation as we go. But as a child, you learn all these things from outside influences, from your family, from your friends, from the school system, from the jobs that you have. And it's like, if you don't really know who you are, you don't take the time to know who you are, you're always going to be images of everyone else. And then it's like, who am I? What am I supposed to do? You never figure that out. You would just kind of feel like you're in limbo because you're living by everyone else's rules. And you said that. So I think that's important to talk about, to take time to really figure out who you are to achieve happiness in life.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because I feel like we're so conditioned. We're so conditioned from like the day we were born, like to like feel certain ways or not talk unless you're spoken to, and things like that. And I'm just like, no, like, speak. Like, if you have issues, speak up. Like, it's okay. Like, you're not arguing. You're just talking about it. You know, like, it's all right. It's okay to have opinions. It's okay to have criticism. It's okay. Everything's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, you just need to, um, like, I don't know. And I feel like learning the things that we learned in school, I'm just like, I don't even use anything at all. I'm just like, what did I learn? I didn't learn anything. I don't use it. Like, y'all didn't even teach me how to do my taxes.
Right. I need to know how to do my taxes. You need to teach me that. No, you're right. They don't teach you like the key basics of how to be a happily fulfilled and successful human being. It's just kind of like, I don't know, whatever they choose to teach you about. But you touched on something that I think is key and foundational. When you were just talking, you said, you know how it feels when such and such treated you this way or ignored you or whatnot. Like, my rule of thumb is to treat people how you want to be treated. Like, if everyone did that, I feel like we'd have so many less problems and like just anger, I guess, in the world.
Yes.
um, yeah, I don't think a lot of people do that. So yeah, but you also mentioned being criticized, and I think it's important to talk about. It's okay to acknowledge areas that you need growth in, or that you're not perfect in, or areas that like just aren't the best, because we all have them.
Yeah.
We all have them. So as long as we're not out here like intentionally criticizing to hurt people, but we're speaking with a purpose and like talking about things to fix them or grow through them or understand them, that should be the main point, not this is wrong and you take it like to your ego and take it all personal.
Yeah.
So, Okay, the last question, I guess, is how how do you practice self-awareness and maintain your growth?
Um, I don't know. I think meditation and just, living in the moment, and
Yeah.
just taking it day by day, because every day you grow,
Mhm.
like, can't, and not focusing on the past and not focusing on what's to come ahead. Like, yeah, there's planning and stuff, but usually things don't go as planned, and we literally just gotta live our day every day how it is, like,
Yeah.
present, pay attention to what's going on around you right now at this moment, because you're not gonna get it back, you know. So I feel like that's definitely helped me helped me find myself too, and like really like focus my thoughts, and be aware of my thoughts instead of just letting them run. Because before it was just like so many things, and I couldn't even like focus them, or like rearrange them. And I'm just like, look, okay, I'm having this thought. I don't know why I'm having that thought, but okay. And just being aware of those thoughts, and I'm just like able to differentiate the crazy thoughts to my actual, like, okay, these are the good thoughts, and like push the crazy ones away. So
Yeah.
that's helped me be more aware of myself, and those around me too.
Yeah. I think that you touched on something, living in the moment. I think that's super key too, because so many people get caught up either on past feelings, this and this happened and I felt this way, so I'm not going to do it, or they're caught up in the future of what could happen, what could go wrong, or where they're trying to get to, and then you miss out on life because you're not really living. You're like always on go mode.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know I do that sometimes. Like, I'm always trying to, get better and make sure I'm living intentionally and have a goal rather than just being complacent. Because I feel like I lost some years of my life just being complacent. But it's also important while you're driven and have goals to take a step back and be like, okay. Like you said, breathe and just enjoy the now rather than just always planning for the future, because sometimes the future doesn't necessarily come, and like you said, plans don't always go as planned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then that's how I feel like we are able to be more happy and to enjoy things, because we're there, we appreciate what we're doing, and whether it's just taking a walk, or like, petting our dogs, or doing dishes, whatever it is, we're in that moment, and we're focused and breathing and realizing, like, look, hey, I'm here,
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on that. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show. I think we talked about some really great topics, so I'm glad you took the time.
Of course,
um,
thank you so much for having me.
you're welcome. Do you have any like parting words for anyone in the audience who may have a goal that they want to go after, or maybe like a dream of being a small business owner? Any advice?
Yeah, just do it.
Just do
Do
it.
it. Yeah, just do it. And don't go like asking everyone, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Just do it, because they're not the ones doing it. They're not the ones putting in the work. They're not the ones planning. They're not the ones that are going to be up until 4 a.m. working on the things. So don't let their opinions affect you, you
Yeah.
know and always vibe high, always be of love. um work together, work together with other people. There's like 100 million billion people out there that will love your things, and some won't, and that's all right. That's because they
Mhm.
don't resonate with your energy, and that's okay. They can go somewhere else. Get the people that resonate with you, that appreciate you, and who you are. That's the main goal, and always love what you do.
Yes. I love those. Those are all great tips. The first one is especially resonated with me. You mentioned don't ask everybody like their opinions and thoughts and whatnot. When I first started Eunoia, I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't tell my sister, my brother, my parents. I didn't tell anybody about anything until it was about to air.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it to be like rude or leave them out, because I didn't want to include them. They're my family. I would love to include them. But this was my vision. This was the first time I had something that I felt really special about and really connected to, and I wanted to do it my way. I didn't want to hear what they had to say and be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And it like kind of formed how I was forming and building my baby. You know what I mean? It was my
Yeah.
baby. I wanted to do it on my own. And so, now it's out there, we talk about it. But initially, I wanted to stay focused on what my mission, my vision was for my business. So
Yes.
I think it's important to do that because it's easy to get tainted by the people you care about or outside opinions, and maybe it'll make you change, your vision a little bit, or maybe it'll make you stop something. You never know.
Exactly.
But
Yeah. It's like when you have like a relationship with someone and you ask your friends for an opinion, and of course if the other person's like did something that they don't like, they're like, oh no, well fuck, like don't
yeah,
do like don't go back to him or don't go back to her. Like I look at it like that. Like this is your relationship that you have with your business, so you need to take care of it with yourself because no one else is in it besides you. Like I said, and you gotta. It's all you.
yeah, super important. So thank you for sharing those tips. Do you want to let everyone know where to find you or how to reach out to you for Reiki or for crystal jewelry?
Oh yes. So I have an Instagram. It's just Pandas Crystals, one word. You can just DM me. And then I also have my website. It's pandascrystals.shop. So you guys can contact me. You can email me, DM me. I'm always here. Even if you want have any questions about anything, just to ask questions about Reiki or what kind of crystal you have, or what the meaning or how to use it, whatever. I'm here.
Cool, cool. Well, thank you. And Wolfpack, thank you for tuning in and listening to our conversations today. You can catch us next week. Peace out.
Bye.